This is no farming or ranching video, so if you don't want to see cooking, quit watching right now. Okay, so I'm gonna make some hamburger soup. I will show you the list of ingredients. I really don't measure, but I'll just show you what I do, and you'll like it if you try it. So here's the ingredients. So I use 2 cans of diced tomatoes. My wife makes everything fresh, but I don't have any fresh tomatoes. And a can of tomato sauce, a whole onion, some garlic, cabbage, carrots, and celery. And I'll cut that up. I'll show you how I do that. Can't forget about the hamburger. I do have this on the oven, starting to cook. So you want to brown your hamburger. So while I'm browning the hamburger, I will start on the carrots and celery and the onion. I do salt and pepper the hamburger. You can season it however you like, but I like salt and pepper. So I don't know how much. You put on whatever you think, because I don't measure. Okay, so I got the hamburger browned. I think I probably did it a little bit more than it was supposed to be done. I'm trying to do everything, but anyhow, I just set the browned hamburger aside and I'll continue slicing my vegetables. I think 3 celery should be enough. And now I will wash the celery off. So the celery is washed. I will just cut these ends off. I am no professional by no means, so if you see something you don't like, oh well. Okay, so I quit. I didn't do the whole onion, but you can see the carrots, the celery, and the onion. Whoop, shiza. It's hard to do when you're looking at your phone. Anyhow, this is what it looks like so far. Whatever you do, don't tell my wife. I am pretty messy when I cook. She complains about that, but I'll clean up the mess I just made and we won't tell her. Shh. Okay, so Now that I got the hamburger browned and these vegetables cut, I am going just to add the hamburger one-handed in the pot. There. And you can tell I have the oven on a little too high. I kind of burned the pan here, but so this is the blend so far, and now I am going to add I'm gonna add 2 diced tomato cans, and this is where you can use fresh, and fresh is always the best, same as your garlic. I'm gonna add like a teaspoon of garlic, 2 cans of this diced tomato, and 1 can of tomato sauce. And I can add the ketchup now just to show you. And the ketchup, I am going to put in about this much. Watch me. What is that? I don't know. That much. Maybe 3 tablespoons? I don't know. One thing I did forget to mention also is water. So I'm just going to add enough water to cover. You can add as much water as you'd like. Do you like it juicier or thicker? It does get a little thicker because it's going to simmer about 2 hours. So I'm just adding about that much water. And I'll stir it here and show you. Ooh, I almost forgot. I got to put the garlic in yet. And there is one more ingredient that I forgot to mention. And that is beef stock or beef flavoring. You add this at the end for taste. This is what I use. And don't forget the garlic. You can use fresh garlic. This, I just put a little bit in. I don't know, I like garlic, so that's why I add it. So, okay, I turned on the oven now. I'm gonna let this pot simmer, or bring to boil if you'd like, and then simmer. I will do the next step, which is cabbage. And I'll show you how I make that, and that goes in the soup too. To start with, I use, I don't know what it is, 2 tablespoons of butter, stick butter. We'll throw that in the pan, and then I'm gonna go cut my cabbage. Okay, so I put the cabbage in with the butter, and what you want to do here is just cook the cabbage down with the butter, stir it up so the cabbage gets soft, and the cabbage will go in the soup. You know, guys, I am no professional cook by no means, and I was just looking at the soup, I was stirring it, and sweet corn. I forgot to add a little sweet corn. You can put in whenever you want. Vegetables, good stuff. Good soup, hamburger soup, it'll taste great, trust me. So I'm gonna add a little of this, and we'll see how much. If I need to add more water, I will. Go from there. All right, so there it is. Now I think I got it all in there. I hope you guys are writing this down. I'm just going off of my seat of my pants. I know you could probably find this recipe online. I don't know. There's a lot of recipes online, but anyhow. So yeah, I'm thinking of things as we go that I forgot to mention. We use our own beef, so our beef is pretty lean. There's not a lot of grease or fat after you brown it. But if you have a lot of grease or fat on your hamburger, I would drain that and just put the hamburger in the pot. Not all that fat. You don't need that, do you? I don't think so. Okay, I believe the cabbage is close enough to add into the soup. So I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but I'll try it. I can, by golly. So, turn the oven off, which I forgot to do. So this is the soup. Look at all that goodness. Oh, man. So I'm going to let this simmer. It's what, 4 o'clock? My wife gets home at 5:30, 5:45, something like that. This should simmer a couple hours. And then once it does, I will taste it and add the beef flavoring or the beef stock to your liking. And I do have a cold yet, so I don't know if I can taste very good, but I'll wait for my wife to come home. I'll put a little in probably, but I'll wait for her to come home and taste it to make sure it's where we want it. So look at that stuff. That's why you want it to simmer for a couple hours. Not only will incorporate all the flavors, but oh, is it going to be good? Trust me, very good. Remember, folks, I am no professional. I am just an old farm boy trying to cook to keep myself fat and happy. So hey, from my place to yours, thanks, appreciate it. Is it good?
I don't.
So, what do you think of the soup?
Delicious.
Some people call me a space cowboy. Yeah. Some call me the gangster of love. Some people call me Maurice. Woo! I speak of the Papa of love.